Hey there, boys and girls. Welcome back to Back Pocket Game Reviews, and today we're going to talk about GameStop, because of course we are. We all know that GameStop's my favorite thing to complain about. Not really. I have other things I enjoy complaining about more than GameStop, but everyone likes when I complain about GameStop. So some inside information that I recently received from a couple of employees. I probably could have beaten everyone up yesterday with this information, but unfortunately I had to work, so can't not work to just get up a video. It doesn't really pan out very well for me. So GameStop is discontinuing the Power Up Rewards Elite Pro membership. That is not just the regular Power Up Rewards Pro membership. Right now they have 3 memberships. They have the Power Up Rewards, which is the free one, where you just earn points on your purchases. Then you have the Power Up Rewards Pro membership, where you earn more points per dollar spent in store, plus you get 10% more on trade-in, or 15% more on trade-in. You get more on trade-in. I don't remember what the hell the amount is. You also get 10% off your used games, alongside of you also getting some other benefits in there, like coupons and stuff. Then the Elite Pro takes it to 20% off of used games, and that's $30 a year. So it's free, $15, and then $30 a year. Now, a lot of people speculated that when GameStop actually started the Elite Pro membership, it was to compete against companies like Best Buy, who already offered a discount on 20% off of new games with the Gamers Club Unlocked. Well, Best Buy did away with Gamers Club Unlocked, and now all of a sudden, a couple months later, GameStop is now doing away with the Power Up Rewards Elite Pro membership. Supposedly, from what I am hearing from internal people that work for the company, that they're saying it was too effective and essentially it was costing the company too much money. Which you think that GameStop, seeing as that they make a huge profit on used games, like it is a huge profit, so even if you lose 20% of that, to some degree you would have to think that they would be happy that it's bringing those extra bodies in store. And now that they've already started this program and people have had this discount, it makes me feel like they're going to lose more customers by doing away with this discount. And we already know GameStop is losing customers left and right. We're already at a point where a lot of the investors with GameStop don't feel confident in the decisions that corporate is making. And we're on GameStop's 3rd CEO for this year alone. And out of all the changes I expected for a new CEO to honestly make, I didn't expect for them to discontinue a program that honestly is probably one of the better programs they have. And I mean, I personally don't buy a lot of used games because I can normally find my new games cheaper than what GameStop sells them used for. But 20% off if you are someone whose only option is really a GameStop, that's not a bad deal. So if it was too successful, if you had too many people signing up for this, you would think that that would be driving a lot more people into GameStop stores, and GameStop should be getting a lot more sales out of this, which should be the thing that they're really wanting, is to capture more money coming through their stores. But it is very interesting to see them kill a program that they're wording as successful. Like, if this was a successful program, why is it being ended? I get it, it's probably costing them too much money. It's what they're kind of hinting at when they say it's too successful. But a lot of those kind of programs aren't to necessarily just get their already client base shopping more with them. It's to get new people into the store, people that don't currently shop with them. That's what you're trying to drive in there. And in theory, if you work for any company that has a rewards card, they're going to tell you that rewards customers always spend more money with them each year, which I absolutely hate that companies use that metric, because yeah, if someone already signed up for your rewards card, they signed up because they're shopping with you frequently. There's companies I don't have a rewards card for because I don't want them spamming my email. Just how it is. But with GameStop's too, it's a paid membership. Like, you're paying to get a discount. You're just paying up front. Like, hey, look, I want to be a part of this. I'm going to spend a lot of money with you. You're getting some money up front, and the benefit there is if you don't actually take much advantage of that discount card or their rewards card, they still got money out of you for it. So I guess you'd probably word that money is probably for Game Informer, like that pays for your magazine subscription. But Game Informer doesn't really have the draw that it used to. I don't really hear Game Informer being linked as a big source anymore. So there's a lot of things to this situation that are just very odd. And I mean, they did have a rental program around Christmas time that they were going to be rolling out, and then they discontinued it after trialing it for only like a week because they were worried they were going to lose more money. And as we've stated, their stocks have been kind of floundering. They are currently looking for someone to buy them. And there's been a lot of investors in the company that have talked about how they don't feel confident with what corporate currently is viewing or what direction corporate is currently taking the company. So when your investors get startled too, your stock prices do tend to drop. There's a lot of bad situations here, and a lot of them are going to start to build up very quickly, especially if they start to lose more customers by discontinuing this program. So keep in mind, it's just people that are now wanting to sign up for it will no longer be able to sign up for it. But anyone who currently has a subscription, yours will be allowed to play its course. So that's kind of interesting, because that's how Best Buy did theirs. And I really think this is just in direct response to Best Buy getting rid of that. But to be fair, Best Buy has better game sales than they do. I mean, even the digital sales these days are better than GameStop sales, and it didn't used to be that way. During the 360 and PS3 era, if GameStop ran a sale, it was going to beat whoever else's prices. Even Amazon offers a 20% discount if you pre-order or buy within release week of a game. As long as you're a Prime member. That's only to Prime members. So if you do shop with Amazon a lot, that's still currently one of the best discount programs you can buy into. Now, the interesting part too is there's a lot of analysts that have been speaking about what they think GameStop needs to change, or how GameStop can evolve its business model to essentially prolong it. And there's actually one analyst right now who's saying they need to stop selling games, which makes absolutely no sense to me why a company named GameStop would stop selling games. I do think expanding to incorporate all of the whole gamey nerdum kind of like stuff is a smart idea. I don't necessarily think comic books were a smart reach, and I don't necessarily think cards were a smart reach. There are already a lot of card shops, and GameStop will never be able to do it better than a card shop. So Magic cards and stuff like that, don't really think that was a smart move to prolong it for them. But even when you look at stuff like comic books, they don't have the space in one of their stores to be able to compete against a local comic book store that specializes in, well, you guessed it, comic books. Especially since a lot of comic book stores get most of their business out of what's called box sales. So essentially, I would pre-order all of these comic books, like I want these books every month, and then I would come in to pick up my box. That's one of the biggest things right now in comics. My local comic book store is actually called The Laughing Ogre. I have one closer. The Laughing Ogre is just the one I prefer to go to if I'm looking to get an actual hard copy of a comic. Normally, if I'm going to read a comic, it's going to be I'll wait until they can assemble it as a graphic novel and just get the whole series in a couple of books. I don't really like, I'm kind of a binge watcher and a binge reader. I like to wait till the whole series is out before I start. But that's a personal opinion. So I just think it's very weird to see everyone who has all these conflicting opinions in an industry telling GameStop where they think they need to go, and for GameStop corporate to really not have any idea what direction they're wanting to take the company, and obviously for investors to not have any faith in GameStop corporate. GameStop stock did pop up a little bit when they announced they were looking for a buyer. Well, we're a couple months past that now, and GameStop stock has started to go down again. There's been no real, hey, we want to buy the company. There's been a couple people that have expressed interest publicly, but so far nothing's set in stone and no real solid offers. So I don't know. We're heading into some turbulent waters for GameStop, but maybe they'll be like Blockbuster. There's still a Blockbuster left. Personally, if I had to tell you who I have fonder memories with, GameStop or Blockbuster, it would be Blockbuster. And Blockbuster died because they weren't able to evolve their actual sales model and turned down the chance to buy Netflix, and digital sales eventually killed them. It's just how it is, unfortunately. And when you look at GameStop, digital sales are really the biggest nail in their coffin right now. When GameStop really started, they started off as PC software. Like that's what they were selling, was PC games. That was their bread and butter. And then obviously Steam came along and just sucker punched them right out of that one. I mean, PC's gone pretty much all digital. It's very rare you see someone, even when I was working at GameStop and the Pandera release of World of Warcraft, there were a decent amount of people there, but when you compare it to like any other big name game release, most people are just buying it digital. We're just at a point in time where most people are okay with not having to leave the house, letting it pre-install. I don't necessarily want to always have to interact with someone. There's times where sometimes you just want to be left alone. You don't really want to interact with people. It happens, mostly because you go into like a store and they try to pitch your rewards card and tell you how you need to buy the warranty and then try to get you to pre-order 10 other things. Just saying, don't agitate your customers because you eventually drive them to not wanting to interact with you. But we'll dive into that more in a separate video. Guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation. Do you think that this is a stupid move for GameStop to kill the Rewards Elite Pro, whatever the hell they call this one? Power Up Elite Pro. Got it. Let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what your feedback was. Were you a member of this? Did it benefit you? Did it save you a lot of money? Do you think GameStop's going to lose business over this? You know where my stance is. I voice it to you in my videos. Sometimes I like to hear what everyone else is thinking about a situation because, I don't live in an echo chamber or anything like that. But yeah, I want to know your feedback on this. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, you can click that subscribe button. I love when new people join our community. You all are probably my favorite part about YouTube, getting to interact with you guys and see your guys' reactions and hear your guys' opinions on some of my topics. So yeah, also if you want to follow me anywhere else like Patreon or any of that stuff, it's all linked down below. And some of you may have noticed I now have a Teespring shelf that actually displays my Teespring merchandise now on my YouTube channel. Cool beans. Guys, I'll see you around. I'm gonna have plenty more content coming for you, so stick around.